Most of you may have known of the alpha greely. He lives and dwells in the heart of volcanoes and appears on most adventures. Most of you may know he does not like to talk to anyone, that he keeps to himself most of the time. Until I found out why. It was a normal day. I was doing trading attempts for a black spike, although I never get one. I was trying. A seal behind me said, "Not fair, not fair, not fair." She was a non-member. What did she know about black spikes? Since people were calling me names like Beach and all those other things, I decided to take a break from my trading attempts. After I blocked the players, I slowly retreated to my den. The news icon was glowing. Slowly I clicked on it. I haven't read it yet. The new adventure. The search for Greeley. Wow, I thought. This is really cool. After the last one, many people thought he died, but that's not the case apparently. I mean, fighting off phantoms and saving my favorite alpha? That actually does sound pretty cool. I heard my friends talking about it. So, you know me. I'm curious and I'd like to try things out. I went to the adventure base camp, where other jammers were crowded around. Sweat plastered to their foreheads. After the adventure, they were talking to each other, explaining about who they had to fight and how it was so epic. In the corner, I saw non-members crying, their tears just touching the jungle ground, them wiping them up, and slowly retreating out of the adventure base camp. I sighed. Animal Jam never does anything for non-members. It's not fair. Well, I went to the adventure portal, but something was wrong. It was black. Black. Yes, jet black. While most of the adventure portals will be green, this one was black. Pure black. It was scary at first. There was a loud banging sound and a rapping sound. It was weird. I never experienced anything like that. It's just some crazy glitch. Or was it? The footsteps became more vague as I clicked on the adventure portal. Other animals did too. We were taken to a big room. It was black, jet black. Now I decided that something was really wrong. It had no untitled room plastered at the top of the screen. Just in a room, jet black. I heard many scraping sounds and thudding, but the most horrible was the sound of whipping flesh. It spelled that way, too. Other animals clutched each other. We tried to exit out, but there was no turning back. We were stuck in this room. Nothing. Even I couldn't close the computer. It refused to close. Unplugging it, that didn't work. What about turning it off? No, it stayed on. Backing my chair away, somehow I was glued to it. And so 5 horrible minutes passed. Animals whimpered, and the rapping sound became more horrible. We did not like those sounds. As we clutched to one another, hurried, and whimpered. These strange sounds were just the beginning. The cart, the floor we were standing on opened to make way for lava, but it was no lava at all. It was bloody lava, almost as red as blood. A few animals fell in the lava, their corpses slowly rotting or burning flesh. The smell drifted toward the room. There was a small door at the end. Animals crammed into it slowly. I was the last one before the room collapsed and shook. We entered into another room, but this time it had a cutting sound, almost as horrible as the sound before. Suddenly, my chat, buddy request, news, jammer wall, and all of that other stuff went out. It was just me, my animal, and these others. I couldn't hear a sound. My parents were away, so I was stuck on this horrid game. But then I realized that my hope has not been lost. That I might find a way to click on the screen and drag it, like I did right now. But no avail. It stayed frozen. Ugh, I thought to myself, why would I go on a hacking site? This is just going to steal all my items and make my animals nothing. And after I worked so hard to get all of them, I shuddered thinking at the thought. This was crazy, creepy, and weird. Finally, the grace period had ended, and blood from rocks flew and hit other animals. This was deadly poisonous blood because they fell over, shaking. Their eyes were white, with no sockets. The next room was full of deadly sharp blades. Many animals got cut. I don't know why I managed to survive, but I did, without a scratch. It was weird. I wasn't the only one. Probably I was the one who spent time playing adventures than trading. I took a deep breath and told myself that if this was a hack, that I would not let it ruin my life, and that this has to end. Nothing lasts forever, and the hackers don't have the time to keep the power running for a long time. That's it. What I saw was horrifying. The faces and masks of dead animals behind hooks. It was horrifying, the room all around us. One animal was so freaked out that he grabbed a rope and began hanging himself, making long choking noises as he did that. Others began taking knives and stabbing themselves. I knew that committing suicide was pointless. That even if your animal dies, the game will still go on. Finally, we heard a faint choking sound. It could be Greeley coming to rescue us, one of the bunnies exclaimed happily. She had a bruise over her left eye. No, I should shake my head sadly. It's either some crazy, disturbing animal we've never heard of before. But we were right. It was Greeley. I knew you would make it this far. The voice startled me. It was creepy and outrageous. I felt sweat trickling down my back. Who talked like that? Who talked like a disturbing robot? After this, we'll all dead or die. I did not know. Finally, he began to explain. You have survived, but Let's face it, no one gets out of this game alive. Then he drew back to reveal teeth. Horrible white teeth. I tried to cover up as someone who was in this game, but it was wrong of me. I decided that this game has to end. That horrible choking sound made everyone startle back. No, I wasn't always this way. I was always this way. When the Alphas created me, they used so much hatred and blood that they created me. They were terrified when I created the Phantoms. He created the Phantoms? I thought they came from portals. They came from me, but they just don't put you to sleep. No, my version. They kill you. He turned to face us. He was awful. His sockets were gone. His ear was gone. He had hunched over back and a tiny tail. He was holding an animal organ and was smiling. Now, it's time for me to take my revenge. Mira and all of you must die. That was all I heard before it happened. The room collapsed on us. The room collapsed on me. The blood spilled from my fur. My animal lay there, unblinking and dead. Really smiled. No one gets out of this game alive. The next experiment I'll make is a child's mind.